Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best examples of characters that went from sympathetic to evil. Some spoilers ahead for the following entries.
I have been marked once, my dear, and let me assure you, no needle shall ever touch my skin again.
Number 10, Gollum, the Lord of the Rings franchise. While he might be helpful, this Tolkien character also has a dark side. Smeagol comes under the influence of the One Ring and is forever deformed.
Precious.
It's a shocking transformation into Gollum, doomed to obsess over the mystical jewelry. Stealing it back at the peril of Middle-earth becomes his motivation for leading the hobbits to Mordor. Smeagol is helpless to resist Gollum's vice. The villainous figure even contemplates his actions by talking to himself.
But the fat hobbit, he knows. He's always watching. Then we stabs them out. Put out his eyes and make him crawl.
In these tense moments, the good and bad sides of him come out. His tragic demise shows that despite his attempts to change, he can't stop coveting the ring. Number 9, the Tethered, Us. As a child, Adelaide Thomas encounters her double, Red. It takes many years for them to reunite. By that time, other doppelgangers attack Thomas's family and others.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
The Tethered are part of an experiment gone wrong and left to live underground. Seeking revenge for their situation, they naturally go after the people they've been forced to copy.
I didn't just need to kill you. I needed to make a statement that the whole world would see.
You can't help but pity the doubles for the way their situation turned out. The final reveal only underscores the desperation of the villains, with a surprise that'll leave you speechless.
Encourage her to draw, to write, to dance, anything to help her tell us her story.
Just want my little girl back.
From the mind of horror master Jordan Peele, these menacing enemies are set on never going back to the way things were. Number 8, Roy Batty, Blade Runner. In this Philip K. Dick adaptation, replicants work for a corporation until their life cycle ends. Roy Batty and his fellow androids flee to Earth and become the target of Rick Deckard. Understandably, Batty and his allies don't want to spend their final days under contract.
We're stupid and we'll die.
No, we won't.
His brutal methods and confrontation with Tyrell also reveal his darker side. At the end of a huge fight, the villain saves his pursuer's life and gives a profound speech.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
His last words reveal that he should have never been taken for granted. Actor Rutger Hauer lent some humanity to this role, giving depth to a classic sci-fi tale.
I designed your eyes.
Sure. If only you could see what I've seen with your eyes.
Number 7, Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2. In another case of an ambitious scientist going mad, Dr. Otto Octavius has his work cut out for him. He attempts to use a new energy source and machine arms. This ends with his wife dead and him in critical condition, turning the man into a raving villain. He even could have been a savior had things gone another way. His Doc Ock persona eventually wears off, with his final moments showing his more heroic side.
The river. Drown it. I'll do it.
Much like Sandman in Spider-Man 3, Octavius has a heart beneath his rough exterior. Doc Ock is perhaps the most memorable villain of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man series for his complicated life.
My Rosie's dead. My dream is dead.
Number 6, Raul Silva, Skyfall. Sometimes the most dangerous people used to work for the good guys. Raul Silva was an MI6 agent, but he was handed over to the Chinese for unauthorized hacking.
They kept me for 5 months in a room with no air. They tortured me. And I protected your secrets. I protected you.
He also disfigured his face with a cyanide capsule. This all motivates a plot against his former boss and the organization that left him to rot.
Do you know what it does to you? hydrogen cyanide.
He uses all of his technological skills to set traps for James Bond. Getting captured, Silva even has a plan to escape and confront M himself. The diabolical villain makes his case for revenge and then shows just how evil he's become.
Free both of us. Free both of us. With the same bullet. Do it.
Number 5. Khan. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. This antagonist was many years in the making. Reprising his role from an original Star Trek episode, Ricardo Montalban came back to play Khan Noonien Singh. His character seeks revenge for being left on a doomed planet where his wife died.
SETI Alpha 6 exploded 6 months after we were left here. The shock shifted the orbit of this planet and everything was laid waste.
He searches out the people responsible, declaring a personal war on Captain James T. Kirk and his associates. Khan proves to be one of the more formidable villains in franchise history.
Ah, Kirk, my old friend. Do you know the Klingon proverb that tells us revenge is a dish that is best served cold?
Powered by anger, the Batty stops at nothing to destroy his enemies. His compelling plot is one of the reasons this might be the best film in the series.
To the last, I will grapple with thee.
Number 4. Two-Face. The Dark Knight. At the start of the story, Harvey Dent tries to bring down criminals through the legal system. It's only after he loses everything that he changes his position.
I'm in a warehouse. They got me wired to these oil drums.
I am too. Harvey.
After a bomb disfigures his face, Dent reels from the injury and the death of Rachel Dawes. He then becomes a vigilante that lets a coin decide people's fate.
Listen, Dent, I swear to God, I didn't know what they were gonna do to you.
That's funny. Because I don't know what's gonna happen to you either.
The conversion is even more shocking for someone that started out as a clear hero. With so much pain in his life, the former district attorney lashes out at an unfair system and those that take advantage of it.
She believe you. It's because she trusts you. Just like Rachel did.
I didn't
You
know
didn't know what they were gonna do? You're the second cop to say that to me.
It's hard to imagine what could have happened if the Joker had never ruined his life. Number 3. King Kong. King Kong franchise. This monster was just minding his own business on Skull Island. When travelers explore the place, they stumble upon an ape that doesn't take kindly to visitors. The humans could have easily left without disturbing King Kong any further. Instead, they choose to capture him and turn him into an attraction. To put it lightly, this plan doesn't go well and turns into a battle at the Empire State Building. It's yet another case of curiosity backfiring in a spectacular way. To be fair, the creature reacts accordingly after being kidnapped and brought to New York City.
Why'd he do that? Climb up there and get himself cornered. The ape must have known what was coming.
It's just a dumb animal. Doesn't know nothing.
Number 2. Magneto. X-Men franchise. In the X-Men universe, this man is arguably the most famous villain. The mutant also has one of the more tragic backstories. After surviving the Holocaust, Eric Lenscher comes to realize the potential of his powers.
Ausgezeichnet, Eric. Wir können deine Gabe also mit Wut hervorbringen. Wut und Schmerz.
His shaky relationship with Charles Xavier also reveals some of his humanity. He does, however, stand up for the rights of mutants, putting him at odds with humans and their collaborators.
Tomorrow, mankind will know that mutants exist. Sure, us, they won't differentiate. They'll fear us. And that fear will turn to hatred.
Magneto always has a reason for what he is doing, even if he chooses to do it in a sinister way. It's undeniable that his character represents one of the richest and most detailed of anyone in this franchise.
That cure is meant for all of us. If we want freedom, we must fight for it.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey's version brings out both the tragic soul and the menace of the villain.
You don't have a chance with her. You're 8 years old and you have a beard.
He had hair. Not pleasant.
Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. The murderous barber's revenge comes from a sad and deeply moving place.
Would no one have
have mercy on her.
So is you, Benjamin Parker.
Candyman. Candyman. Don't say his name 5 times or forget about his history as a victim.
You are not content with the stories, so I was obliged to come. Be my victim.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein. This guy might be one of the most feared monsters in film history. When you consider his origins, he becomes much more sympathetic.
Shut out the light.
Dr. Frankenstein reanimates the corpse and isn't exactly careful about his experiments. The monster ultimately represents one man's fumbled attempt to be a god. He doesn't even necessarily know what he's doing, making him almost like an animal that's been let out of its cage.
No, you're hurting me! No!
The villagers come after the creature and only make it worse. If anything, the title scientist deserves much more blame for losing control of this wild creation.
The storm will be magnificent. All the electrical secrets of heaven. And this time we're ready.
Did we forget another compelling victim to villain story? Let us know in the comments below.
Take your stinking paw off me, you damn 38!
No!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.